Hello and welcome to another Paul's Cartoon Club. If you've come back from last week, nice to see you again. If this is your first time here, you're very welcome, and I hope we'll have some fun together. If you were here last week, brilliant. I hope you have been drawing some of the pictures and using some of the tips that I gave you. I did have some people send me some stuff in, which was really nice. Thank you for that. And I hope you'll continue to do that. Here's an email address that you can send stuff to. Can you see that? There we go. I'll hold it up again at the end, and you'll be able to send me your stuff. Hopefully you'll draw along with me today, and you'll be able to go away at the end, make your pictures into finished pieces of art, colour them in, do whatever you like. Bottom line is I want you to have fun. Last week it was very well received, I'm glad to say. A few people said I did too much talking and not enough drawing. So there's going to be lots of drawing and not quite so much talking today. But the other thing I want you to do, though, is make sure that if you are drawing along with me, don't rush ahead. If you just wait until I've finished my bit, because there'll be other people, obviously, I want to give them a chance to draw as well. And then we'll all finish together with the same pictures. So what I'm going to do first of all is get rid of this, and we'll get straight on with our pictures. Okay, so let me just get rid of, sorry about that. He had a good life. There we go. There we go, and I'll dry it off just to be doubly safe. Whoops, there we go. Okay. I think we're there now. Lovely, nice and clean. Please make sure you've got yourself a piece of paper. It can be any paper, but this ordinary printer paper is fine. We're going to be working landscape today, not portrait, landscape. And I thought we would do a picture of an undersea world. Let's escape from the confines of houses and let's go under the sea. I was watching Bedknobs and Broomsticks the other day, and there's that wonderful cartoon segment where they're under the sea, bobbing along at the bottom of the beautiful briny sea. I won't sing, but you get the idea. So I thought we'd do a nice big picture of an undersea world. I thought we'd start off with a shark. We're going to have some expressions. We're going to have all sorts of things that hopefully will help you with your drawing, and I'll talk you through them as you go. We're going to do some guidelines to start off with, so very, very light. If you remember from last week, I want you to press really lightly so that you can rub out your guidelines if you want, and then when you're ready you can go over them with dark pencil or with ink or whatever you want, and then obviously rub out your guidelines and colour it in and then send it to me. All right, so we're going to start off here. Let me see, I've just got to get an idea of how big my screen area is so that I don't go beyond. And what I want you to do is draw a very light guideline to start off with. We're going to start off with a big shark in the middle of the picture. So I want you to start off with this sort of shape, a sort of oval shape. And as you can see, I've gone very loose. Once again, very loose and very, very uneven. Some might say it's an oval, but it doesn't matter. Within there is the line that I want. It's only to give myself an idea of the picture I'm aiming for. So I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to remember this. Some of you will remember from last week, I'm using the dotted line just to give myself an idea of the angle. So this 3/4 view that I want to draw my character at. All right. So once I've done that, I'm going to start adding some other shapes to make it work. So I'm going to come out of this bit here, and I'm going to come around here, and this is going to be the back of the shark. And I'm going to come around here as well and do that. So those two little lines should be enough to help us to draw him, and then we'll just give ourselves an idea of a tail at the end, and then we can start adding some detail here at the front. So I'm going to start off with some eyes, and we're going to make it, I think, a sort of fierce, angry, or possibly a mean shark, because we like mean sharks, don't we? With big teeth and a nasty menacing expression. So we'll start off with that. And what I'm going to do is draw some eyebrows first of all. And eyebrows are wonderful because they can really help the expression of your character. And if you've seen Toy Story 2, you'll be very familiar with this, because there's at one point Mrs. Potato Head says to Mr. Potato Head, "Give me my angry eyes." And then she passes him these eyes and she plonks them in, and those are the eyes that we're going to draw. And basically the eyebrows will be going in that direction, so down and down. So there we go, I'll just draw like that, and already you can see how angry those eyes look. Let me get rid of that because we don't want them on there really, but I'm going to draw them in a slightly more detailed way. So I'm going to start off with an eyebrow that is this shape. We're going to do it sort of like that, down and up and round, so almost an elongated S shape. And I'm going to draw another one just above it, some nice thick eyebrows, or at least one of them like that. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing but slightly smaller, because when things get further away they get a bit smaller, don't they? So I'm going to make this one slightly smaller, but hopefully you'll end up with two eyebrows that are more or less at that kind of angle. I better come into shot. So at that sort of angle, and that starts to give us the look we want for our shark. And then I'm going to come in here and draw one eye like that. And as you may or may not know, I often draw my my eyes sort of on top of each other, overlapping. So I'm going to draw this one here like that. And this week I've actually got my live comments switched on. I didn't have them last week and I was wondering if anyone cared, but actually when I got to the end I noticed there'd been loads and loads of comments and I'd been ignoring them, and I put my glasses on specially so I could read them. So hello to a few of you out there already. Oh, we've got Jack Grayson. I know Jack, he's part of the family actually, over in Spain. And Anna Kershaw Bar, hello there. And Annette from Hill. Oh, Annette Zara Hill from Hackney, London. Welcome all of you. Please, anyone else who wants to send in comments, do. If you've got any questions as we go along, I'd love to hear them. And similarly, if there's anything else you want to know or say, keep it friendly, keep it clean, and we'll be fine. Hi, Jane and Izzy and Harry from Edgeware. Now, they sent me some pictures last week, so thanks to you, and I hope you'll do the same this week. Let's carry on. Right, so I'm going to draw some pupils in these eyes, and I'm going to have our shark looking this way because we're going to draw a fish here who's going to be a little bit of a victim. So I'm going to draw the eyes or the pupils over this side like that. And you'll see that when I draw them, I just leave a little glint in those eyes there, little tiny glint of white that adds a little bit of extra realism to it. And I think just to make him look even more unpleasant, I'm going to draw a couple of bags under those eyes, because we know that people who are horrible have bags under their eyes and people who are nice don't. Is that a crazy generalization? Right. Apologies to anyone who's nice with bags under their eyes, by the way. Okay, now I'm going to come around here and we're going to draw the snout. Okay, and come around here like this. And we'll just, as I say, the guidelines are purely guidelines. So I'm going to go slightly outside them and come around here and come around, and a big smile. We're going to make the shark look fairly evil. And the way you do that is with these angry eyes that I spoke of and a big smile. So we'll make sure that happens. I'm just going to tidy that up. That's a terrible line. That's not much better, but it'll do for now. Okay, and then we're going to come down here and draw the bottom part of the mouth. And then let's add some sharp teeth. Now, sharks' teeth often just point in a little bit. They've actually got lots of rows of teeth, but you don't have to draw those. We'll just draw one row of teeth on this occasion. There we go. So you can draw as many teeth as you want. And as I said last week, there are absolutely no rules. So you can do anything you like. I'm going to add a tongue in there as well. So nice and easy, just one curve and then another one over there for the other side of the tongue. and then we'll draw in the other side of the mouth, and I'll black it in as best I can on a whiteboard. Obviously you can do it far better with whatever you're using, unless you're using something silly, which is possible because there are no rules. Okay, there we go. So you get the idea. We've got the nice open mouth of the shark. I think we'll add a cheek here. I like to add cheeks. There we go. So an old cartoon staple, adding little round cheeks at the top of the character. So we've got this side of the character's mouth, our shark's mouth. And I'm going to come down here. We're drawing just the outer side, the outer edge of his mouth. And I'm going to follow that through this way, not going over the teeth, but just coming around here. And we'll draw a bottom lip. Do sharks have bottom lips? Who knows? I don't know. But in this case, our shark has a bottom lip. And I'm going to come around and do a big curve around there. And then we're going to add a little bit of creasing. So we'll do another bit like that, I think. And then we'll come all the way around and we can start to add a bit more of a definite line there. We are going to draw some fins and things there. So we're going to rub out some of this. So don't do it too dark yet. I'm going to get rid of some of these guidelines, ready for the next bit. So what I thought we'd do is that thing that makes a shark a shark. What's the thing that is the first thing people see when they're swimming nicely, doing their breaststroke off the coast of Bournemouth, and then they see this thing in the distance and they shout, "Shark!" and everyone jumps out of the water. Of course, I'm talking about a dorsal fin. So there's this big fin on the back of a shark, and that's the thing that really helps you identify them. And straight away, as soon as we've added that, our shark becomes a shark. They've got other things as well. Hopefully you're keeping up with me. If by any chance you do get left behind, you can always watch this again. It is recording. It will be on YouTube and Facebook and Jewish News site and all sorts of things. Oh, we've got other people. Hi, Kelly, and hi, Jack, and hi, who else? Oh, well, I've said hello to everyone else already. So let's add some other things. Now, we want some of these down the side. I'm going to put 4 little curved lines down here. These are the gills, the things that the shark breathes through down the side of its head. I'm going to get rid of that guideline as well now. And as you can see, as I go along, you don't need to get rid of your guidelines until the very end, but I just want you to be able to see all the lines that I'm drawing as we go. Now, I think I'm fairly happy with that so far, so we'll start on the fins. And this is the shape I want to do. I'm going to come down here and draw a big, again, curved line like that. And if I rub out this line here, you'll see we're left with a fin that works quite nicely. And there's something else I want to add to that, I think, because I think we're going to have our shark holding a knife and fork, all ready to eat this poor, defenseless little fish here. Or perhaps not. It's up to you, because it's your world. If you don't want this one to be defenseless, you can make it even more fierce than the shark. It's up to you. But I'm going to draw a little bit of something here, and I think what I'll do is add a little. Let's draw. There we go. If I draw that shape there, even though he's not holding it with anything, it's just sort of resting. But we know that he's holding. That's going to be a knife there. It's quite a blunt knife because he's eating fish. In fact, I could make it look even more like he's holding that by rubbing this out. It's up to you if you want to do this bit. I'm just going to come around here like this, and that's there. And I'll just go round like that. And then straight away, you'll see it looks like he's actually holding on to that. Hope it's working for you so far. I think we'll put another fin up here, just up here like this. There we go, like that. That's the other one, and in that he's got a knife in this hand, and so obviously he's going to have a fork in the other one. So let's do that. And what I'll do is I'm going to let's draw it first, and then I'll add any lines that will help to make it look like. Oh, hi from Itan, Naomi Dixon. Hello there. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're having fun. Let's draw this fork. I'm just going to rub out that little line there. and I'm going to draw a fork shape. There we go. So I'm going to do it like that initially. Oh, careful of that. And then a nice, easy way to draw a fork. You can obviously do lots of detail on the tines or the prongs. But what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go around here and just draw this shape like that, and that shape like that. And it looks like a razor at the moment, but no, we're going to just add 1, 2, 3, 4 little prongs there, and now it looks like he's holding a fork. Hope it's working there for you. I'm going to now just make that look like he's holding it, and I can rub out this bit, and I'm going to come up here and just draw that round there. So no, that didn't work. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Just that like that, and then that. There, that's better. So hopefully that's working. Oh, my hand's been over this, so I'll just put those lines back in. Fantastic. And that's it. Now our shark is looking mean and hungry. We could, if you want, they do have some other fins at the back, and if you really want to go to town, you can make your character absolutely like the real thing. But this is a cartoon world, so it doesn't really matter in this case. So hopefully you get the idea. I could then go and add some thicker lines where my guidelines were and make it more permanent. There we go. So hopefully you've got that now, and be ready to go over the lines afterwards. Don't do it now because we're going to do some more drawing, but you can go over the lines with your ink pen or your paintbrush or whatever you want and make those lines nice and solid, then colour it in. I love to see colour in pictures. So if you're going to send me your pictures, now let's see you start colouring them as well, and that'll be fantastic. Okay, so we've got our little shark here. I think what we're going to do before we go any further is this. I'm just going to draw a little line all the way across. It's a little bit shaky because it's the sand at the bottom of the sea, so it doesn't have to be completely straight. You want it, in fact, it's better if it isn't completely straight. And just to give the impression of that being sand, we can add just a few little dots. It's just a very simple technique to make something look sandy. There we go. And maybe even a few little stones here and there. Might even want to do this. Let's add. There we go. We could add a starfish. Generally 5 points on a starfish. So there we go. Give him a little face as well. One of my favourite characters, Patrick from SpongeBob. That's not him, obviously, because we haven't got permission to use him. That is another starfish. But there we go. There's a starfish there. I'll put a few little dots on him as well for texture. And then the other thing I want to do is draw a little bit of shading down here. So this hatching, these lines, when we haven't got the ability to shade something in, we can use lines to suggest shadow, and that just makes it look like our shark is casting a bit of a shadow. It's going over the starfish a bit as well. Brilliant. So now we've got our shark, our main character, and now we'll draw another little character here, and this is going to be a little fish. And if I stand slightly out of the picture some of the time, I hope you don't mind. I just want to make sure we get all this in. We're going to add some more stuff over here afterwards as well, so it'll be a much bigger picture than we did last week. So we're going to start on a little fish here, and all I'm going to do is draw a circle. You can draw any shape you like. If you want your fish to be long and thin, that's fine. I'm making mine quite round in this case. And remember, we spoke about the angry eyes there. Well, this fish on my picture, because you could do differently if you want, mine is going to be terrified. And last week we did a scared expression. So I'm going to do that. And when you're terrified, I'm going to open so you can see my eyes. Eyes open. You see, big eyes, and your eyebrows go up, and your mouth opens, and that's the expression that we're going to put on the face of our fish here. So I'm going to start off with some nice big eyes like this. There we go, one there and one there, big round eyes. And then also you might find that when characters are scared, their pupils become very small. So I'm going to draw just tiny little pupils here, looking over at our main shark. There we go. And we can do some eyebrows as well. And the eyebrows are going to be all the way up here, because this is not a real world. We can do anything, and the rules of physics don't apply, so our eyebrows can be floating up in the sky. So there we go, we'll do that. And now we'll come down here. I think we'll give character some bags under his eyes as well, because when you're tired, when you're worried, when you're angry, all these things can add lines to your face. And so this fish is going to be very scared. So I'm going to come down here and we'll draw a big open mouth like that, and hopefully straight away you can see that our fish is looking a little bit scared. There, I'll get rid of some of those guidelines so you can see. We won't because well, I want him to be looking a little bit less fierce than our main shark here, but I'm going to do his tongue up in the air like that. Can you see that? So that was just one curved line there. I'll do it up here so you can see. Can you see that's in picture? Yeah, one line there, and then one like that. So it's nice and easy to draw that. I'll get rid of that. So and then we can draw in the other side of the mouth, just a line down there and a line there, and we'll black that in. Oh, police car going by. They missed me. Okay, so we've blacked that in, and now you can see the inside of that mouth. And once again, I'm going to come down with one line down the side and another one there. I'm not going to draw a bottom lip on this fish, so I'm just going to come around and draw. Might do a little lip there like that, but not as big as the other one. And come around all the way to here like that. Doesn't look much like a fish yet, I must say, but he will, don't worry. And another one around here like this. And then the first thing that will make our fish look like a fish is when we add fishy tail. There we go. So that starts us off. I'll get rid of those guidelines so you can see where we are. And next thing we need is this, which is a line just to suggest the gill. And we can even do this if you like. There we go. Just the suggestion of a few scales there. And I'm going to rub out that little area there and draw one fin there. I might put some lines on it to make it look more like a fin. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Brilliant drawing, Paul. That's very nice of you. I hope you're drawing along. There we go. And we'll draw the other one behind there like that. And that's fine. Maybe put some lines on the tail as well there, like so. And so what we'll do, we'll draw another little shadow under here to show that this fish is floating above this area, as you can see. There we go. Move that a bit, make it a bit bigger. And then I'm going to add these, which are just lines to add a bit of movement because he's shaking a bit. And we can add some, there we go, some sweat. Can you imagine being able to see sweat underwater? That's impossible, but doesn't matter. We don't care, do we? Because this is our fun little world. So that's our second fish. I think we're okay with that. Hopefully you're happy with that. Everyone happy? Let's see. Don't know. Hopefully you are. Hopefully you're drawing along. I'll give you a second to just catch up. And then I'll tell you what else we're going to be drawing here. We're going to draw another fish up here who's going to be looking at this one's misfortune and laughing, because fish can be like that. They're very, very cruel. Hello, Joy. Yes, we'll have one there, and then maybe we'll add a bit more to the background as well. Maybe we'll draw some more little lumps and bumps and some foliage, some underwater seaweed and sea urchins and coral and things like that. How are we doing for time? Let me just keep an eye on it. No idea. Oh well, anyway, we'll carry on anyway. We don't care. So let's come up here and draw our next fish. So it's going to look something like this one, just a little less in peril. So start in exactly the same way. We always start with just a nice little guideline for ourselves. And we're going to have this fish laughing away and also covering his mouth and laughing. So what we'll do, first of all, often when you're really laughing and having a good time, you'll laugh out loud and shut your eyes. So the first thing we're going to do, let's add our little guidelines in to give ourselves some perspective. And the first thing we add is, I'm going to add the eyes like this. Just, they're all creased up like that. So I'm going to just do three little lines either side to suggest that the eyes are there. Okay. And then, hi from Harry. Hi, Harry. I hope you're drawing. Are you keeping up, Harry? Right now, what I'll do, I'll get rid of a few of these. Now, also when you're laughing, you might be laughing with a sort of evil look on your face, or you might be just trying to control yourself. And I think this is what will happen here. We'll have eyebrows that are in that direction. So that's the opposite. So we had the angry eyes like this. We had these ones which were high and they were slightly turned out, but these are curved upwards, which will make it look like he doesn't want to necessarily be laughing as much as he is. Brilliant. Hi, Izzy. Hi, Izzy. Keep drawing. Loved your picture last week. Thank you for that. I will get to show some at some point if you're all happy for me to do so. So we've got this, and what I want to do is show a big smile, but he's going to be covering up his mouth with the fin that is over on this side. So we'll just draw a fin coming round like this. There we go, like that. And I'll add those little lines that will make it more fin-like. And then we'll show the other side of the mouth here, coming up here, so you can see that he's actually covering his mouth up. Hope you can see that, okay? We'll give him some teeth in this case. So I like to suggest teeth by just drawing a little bit of shadow that suggests. I'll draw it bigger down here so you can see, because looking at my screen, I don't know if you'll be able to properly. So there we go. So we get a mouth like that, and if we've got the teeth there, sometimes we just draw a little bit of shading there just to suggest that the teeth are joined together. Sometimes I even do it like this, where I just bring it out slightly. And there we go. And that makes it look like our teeth, or our character's teeth, are together. There we go. So that's what I've done on our character up here. I'll give him a high cheek as well there, just like we did on the shark. And then we'll come around here and draw the other side of him like that. There we go. Oh, I know what I forgot on here, which I must add. I'll do it in a minute. There we go. So I want to draw the rest of his body like that. And then we'll draw, sometimes when people are laughing, they're laughing right, and they're also holding their tummy. Can you see? Mine's down there probably at my knees, because I've been eating so much since I've been locked in. But so I'm going to draw this other fin round here like this. There we go. And we can draw some lines to suggest that he's just holding onto his tummy as he's laughing. There we are. Come around here, and we'll draw another fishy tail that seems to instantly turn our character into a fish. And the thing that I forgot to do on there, I'm going to add now, which is this. Particularly on goldfish, you see this, which is this sort of extra little bit. It's not quite a fin. I don't know quite what it is. It obviously helps them do something, but there we go. So on top of our fish, we've got that sort of thing as well. And once again, a gill round here, and the suggestion of some scales. There we go. And exactly the same as our character here, who's scared. He hasn't got his back bit on yet, so I'll add that. Let me do that. I'll just do it there, I think. There we go. Ah, that's better. Actually looks like he's wearing a kippa, but why not? Why not indeed? So we've got him laughing away, and let's add, he's shaking with laughter, just like the other one's shaking with fear. He's shaking with laughter. So we'll do that. And once again, underwater sweat. I think I like underwater sweat. I don't like the idea of swimming with underwater sweat, but I think we swim with far worse when we go swimming in the sea, don't we? So actually, that's not so bad. And again, we can draw a little shadow directly under him, just behind where the shark is, just so that it looks like he's up in the air there. And then we'll start to add some other things. So first of all, I'll give you a second just to make sure you're ready, but I'm going to draw a couple of little extra underwater hills and things. So I'm going to come down very, very random shapes like this. There's one. And we'll do the other one coming off from this side like that. There we go. And once again, just dots and things just to make it look very sandy. There we go. Good, that seems to be working. And then we can add other bits and pieces. I'm going to add some seaweed, and it's nice, it'll be floating around in the water. So let's go like this. And I'm just going to do some squiggly lines like that, down. And you tend to follow the same squiggle, the same direction as you come down. So I'll do a few more of those. Again, very random. You don't want them to look the same because that's not how life is. Although there are no rules, so if you do want to, that's fine. But chance of making them look the same is pretty remote anyway. But anyway, there we go. Some nice squiggly seaweed there. There we go. And let's see, what should we do? Let's do some coral over here. Now, coral, let's do it down here, I think. We'll do that. It's sort of a bulbousy tree look, so we can just come up and draw some random branches, and it grows in the weirdest fashion in all different directions. So there we are. We can draw pretty much anything here and it'll work fine. Big shout out for coral. It's very important. There we go. And once again, we can add a few little dots and things just to give it a bit of texture and make it look like it's got a rough surface, which we know it to have. Down here, I think we'll do one of these. How about this? Just a squiggle like that. There we go. A cartoon sea urchin. That's all we need to do on that. And then let's come over here. I'm going to draw one more thing. Actually, I'll do it over here. Let's draw it over here. Are we still in picture? I think we are, yes. So I'll come all the way over here like this. Extend that out a bit. And we'll draw this shape. I'm going to draw a line up like that. Hopefully it will become clear fairly soon what it is. I'm going to come along here like this and down there like that, down there like that. So we've got what looks like a box. Now, we all know what you find in boxes at the bottom of the sea, don't we? It's going to be a treasure chest, of course. So I'm going to come up and draw the back of the lid of the box. So we'll start up with a line continuing there, and a little curve. Oh, that was the worst curve I've ever drawn, ever in my entire life. In my 28 years of life, that wasn't much better, but that'll do for now. How are we doing? Oh, Richard. Hello, Richard. Cool. A friend from way back, and good to see you, Richard. Michelle, thank you. Tasha, well, hello, Tasha. Glad you're enjoying it, everybody. Keep up the drawing, and hopefully we'll be here for some time. There we go. I'm going to draw just the suggestion here of some coins and things, some treasure in there, and what we'll do is just add a few little circles here and there like that, and then bring that line down there, and the suggestion of the inside of the chest. And then just to make it look a bit more treasure chest like, I'm going to draw some little bits on the corners like this, just a little curve in each corner. There we go. I don't know if we'll see this one very well. There we go. That's pretty much it. And then down here, we'll draw where the lock was. So something like that. We can even add some lines to suggest it's made of wood. There we go. And in here, let's see what we'll do. We can draw the inside to give it a bit more thickness on the lid, and we'll also draw those sides there. But of course, you can add anything you like, because this is ultimately going to be your picture. So so I hope that you've got something from this. And the other thing that, of course, you find underwater an awful lot that will help this look like more of an underwater scene. Let's draw lots of bubbles going up in a sort of, there we go. Ooh, there we go, in that sort of direction. And we'll draw some here as well. They come from all sorts of places. There we go. We'll draw another few here. And even around where the fish is panicking a bit, we can draw some more bubbles. You can go to town on your bubbles, and hopefully you'll add lots of underwater appearance to your picture. I'm just going to show you a little technique on this knife here, because I want the blade of the knife to look like metal. We'll miss the beginning. Can I download later? Yes, of course you can, Rachel. Yes, Rochelle, actually, not Rachel, I believe. Am I right? Good. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to just give the impression of that being blade. Oh, pen's not doing so well. With just a few lines that will hopefully help that look more metallic. If you're doing this in color, you don't need to do the lines. You can actually do that with a bit of white over it, maybe make it a gray blade and then add a bit of white to it afterwards. That is pretty much our picture. What I want you to do after that, of course, you come down in the corner and can kneel down here. And this is what I always do to my pictures. Hopefully you can still see this. That's my signature there. You, of course, add your own signature. And hopefully you've been able to draw along with me. If I've gone too fast, just watch the rerun and catch up. As I said, what I would love to see you do is send me your pictures. Send me your pictures. Finish them off. So I've given you a very rough guide to drawing it and using all the guidelines. Rub out your guidelines, go over it with ink, felt tips, whatever you want, anything you like, just to make it nice and solid and permanent. Even going over it with a dark pencil, pressing a bit harder, that's fine. Then rubbing out all your other guidelines, that will work really well. And then color it in, because I love to see color, as I said. There we go. Send it to me there, and hopefully I'll start showing them. If we're here next week, which I hope we will be, we'll be back, and you can see some of your work, I hope. Oh, Alison, thank you. It's very nice of you. Very good. And Anne, hello, Anne. Wow. Good to see you all. I think that's where we're going to leave it. It's been more drawing. It's been less chat. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I'll stand slightly to the side so you can see the finished picture. And I hope you've enjoyed us this week. More Paul's Cartoon Club, same time, same place, right here if we're allowed. Okay, so have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you then. Take care. Bye.